Hello, this is video 3 of our 5 series of Ending Adversity with Diversity. That was the title of the first video, which sets the tone for the other 4 videos. Video 2 was just uploaded, and that video focused on are we ready to grow? And this video is titled, Is Adversity a Weapon Against Humanity? That is a question that we must ask ourselves. And looking at the climate of the world today, we have so many issues going on globally and in the walls of our countries, especially in America. We're on the helm of some major world wars. And you ask yourself, is adversity the greatest weapon against humanity? War can never do anything to build up humanity. Anyone that uses war as an excuse to create reasons to take over resources in other countries and create havoc and pain in the lives of others in the name of humanity are inhumane beings. Our world, our planet, we cannot live a sustainable life and go into the future with this barbaric and long time error in the ways of humanity of war. War will not benefit us at all as humanity. We will not grow as humanity if we're constantly destroying in the name of humanity. That is an oxymoron. You cannot destroy things and say you're helping humanity. And the hypocrisy that exists shows us a lack of spirituality in our world leaders as a whole. They're all indoctrinated in self-promoting agendas. None is no better than the other. Anyone that sits back quietly and allow things that are going on in the Middle East, so far as what's happening to the Palestinians in Gaza, and then you look at the issue that is being fabricated for Syria, and then you look at the other things that are going on in countries in Africa and the things that are going on with multinational corporations going into countries and taking their resources and using mercenaries to take from them. It raises a lot of questions to where are we going forward as humanity? You wonder, is adversity the greatest weapon against humanity? Because we often put up these walls and we don't want to take time to understand the pain of others. We sit and we hide behind our nationalism and patriotism and this false sense of spreading liberty and democracy all over the globe. Allegedly, that's what we've been propaganda to believe, as we co-sign and cheer on destruction of humanity for the well-being and best interest of those who gain financially from it. Tearing and blowing up a country does not help this planet, and it does not help the people that live in the country or anyone in the world. It is only good for the rich man when there is a war. And I'm not saying all rich people are that way. It's those who live to profit from a war. There's no way anyone in America should feel that a humane act is being done by this country in another country when the inhumane acts of people are being killed and gunned down because of the color of their skin by the police here in this country. That's inhumane. We're worried about what's going on in another country, but our adversities within our own country prove to the world that we are a country full of group thinking, biased, and adverse people who do not care for people that do not suit our mode or our agenda. Now, with all that being said, the very people who complain about refugees are going to blow up stuff and create a need for people to leave their country and more refugees. We have to live in a world that's based on balance and truth. And the lack of spirituality in our leadership trickles down into the people because you're steadily ingesting that poison. Not just from the media and the program, but even in your foods. It alters the ability to think. It does something to your body that is so not natural. And we wonder why so many people are stressed. So many people are sick. So many people have health issues. There's a lot to look at. But when you're constantly absorbing the literature and the knowledge of someone who is controlling you, it is formatted to continuously control you. So we have to look at adversity and know, yes, adversity is the greatest weapon against humanity. We ourselves are blindly following people that are gaining from our destruction, and we are helping them destroy us because we do not desire to learn new things. We do not desire to understand. We are moving into a new way of living, a new way of sustainability. We are moving into a world of sustainability and growth. And in the future, there will be no room for wars. There will be no room for the mindset of nationalism and limitations and borders. That will not be a part of the future. And the future is happening as we speak. The future is happening every second, every hour as we sleep. And when you wake up one day and the whole world has changed, and you've been molded to step outside of the natural order of humanity, and the world flips back into the natural order of humanity, where the agenda is to meet the best interests of the people. It will no longer be every man for himself and the rat race of crumb snatching and hating and being mean-spirited towards your fellow man because someone is telling you to do that. Because these very powers are losing grip. The only reason they're trying to create a war is because they are losing grip. So the last thing in a Hail Mary is, let's go to war. Let's get everybody all emotionally excited and frustrated and say it's so inhumane what's going on in Syria. Cause and effect. Who did it? What evidence do you have? And these things are very important because we need to learn how to think logically and put our intelligence ahead of these emotions that we are excited about because we are so groupthink and function as a herd that we jump on board with everything. Now, everybody's been programmed to believe war is a great thing. It is a humane act to help people in need. But they turn a blind eye to Gaza. They turn a blind eye to what's going on in this country with systematic racism and mass incarceration. They turn a blind eye to the fact that our foods are poison. They turn a blind eye to the fact that Michigan still doesn't have clean water. They turn a blind eye to the fact that while we invested more time in advertising efforts of cleaning the pollution out of our water systems here in America, places like Michigan, it's a shame, should not exist. We turn a blind eye to even Puerto Rico has not still been stabilized. And things still are not right in that country and need to be fixed from what happened with the last disaster. We are humane when it fits our agenda based on the herd we're following with the group thing. No one is stepping aside to identify the fact that we are not thinking as humanity and doing humane acts, because if you were, you would not be hypocritical about what is more or less inhumane. See, when children are getting blown up, if you feel school shootings are horrible, you should feel more frustrated with the idea of any war. You should feel very frustrated with what's going on in Gaza. You should feel very frustrated with the idea of creating a big war and more refugees and they have nowhere to go. If you're frustrated about the school shootings. So let's not cherry pick what we're focusing on, because as we move into the future, the mindsets of groupthink and herdthink will not survive in a world based on critical thinking, logic, and self-identity. Adversity is the greatest weapon against humanity. And the true weapon of mass destruction is groupthink and hypocrisy. So with that being said, please join us for our next video in this 5-video series. And that video will be titled, Are We Our Savior? Are we our Savior? Can we save ourselves? Is it in us to save ourselves? Many will not make it because they refuse to change the way that they view the world. Many will not make it because adversity is the only eyes that they see through. Many will not make it because they don't have enough in them to embrace diversity and realize each one of us are human beings and we should all be treated humane and we should all have the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. But adversity does not allow people to see that way. But when you understand that we are all people and desire the same things, you will understand the only way that we can move into the future is by embracing our diversity and preparing for a global market and a global world and a global workforce. Things are changing rapidly. If you remain asleep in this regard, the information that's prepared and presented to prepare you for this change, the only person you can blame is yourself. Because we'll talk about that in my next video, which is video number 4 of this 5-video series. Are we our Savior? I'll be chiming in on that video soon. And these videos will be available on our YouTube channel. And of course, our YouTube videos are also uploaded to our Facebook page, 21B1 Evolution. So we must be one and evolve together, or if you refuse to take advantage of the opportunity to grow and prepare for the future, you will choose your own fate and be left behind. You all be blessed.